Good evening, YouTube. Welcome to this week's episode of the Wednesday Waffle. It's the 1st of April, and you know what? It's been a very, very testing week, but a good week nonetheless. So plenty to... He says that, and then the phone falls over. Hello, Max Rogers. I don't know what's going on here. So really productive week. This is the point of the week when I tell you all about what has been going on in Lockwood Premium British Smocks. So without further ado, I'm going to hit over to the live. Please do subscribe and like. It helps us get get some engagement. Hello, Max Rogers. Thank you very much. Thank you for commenting on the hat. I'm just going to see, it's my birthday on the 14th, then you know what to do, Max. You know what? Let me just tell you a bit about the hat. Could you get one of the ones with the top stitch, please? Yes. Oh, I should have bloody got it. So these are the 8-panel hats. I took a standard 8-panel and I increased the size of the panels at the sides. Now then, Reg. And Lockwood branding on the inside. So this is without a top stitch on. So you can see that. Yeah, baby. Look at that all the way around. And then this is with a top stitch. So, you can sort of manipulate it a little bit how you want. So you pull them in, push that out, and it just gives it huge body. But anyway, welcome to the Wednesday Waffle. This is, of course, the point of the week where, for some reason, I'm sat in a Deliveroo top with an 8-panel hat on, wearing my glasses for some odd reason. The reason is I've just been out for a run. I'm going to get one for the horse races. Yeah, bloody right alive. And Max, when you do order, there'll be some pictures and we'll have some options for top stitch or without top stitch. But I will email and or call every person and say, look, this is what we've got. These are the styles that we have. So, yeah. So anyway, without further ado, that is the Lockwood 8-panel hats, and this is the Wednesday Waffle. So as I was just saying to YouTube then, it's I'm not watching tonight after that shit joke. So it was the 1st of April today, so I put a story on saying I was doing a huge £250 off sale, all the smocks, and then when you click the link it took you to a Wikipedia page explaining what April Fool's was. Hey Tom, am I good to come grab that Bergen bro? Oh God, I forgot to take someone a Bergen. Hopefully he'll realise I'm on the Wednesday Waffle. Anyway, so this week, what's been going on? As I said, it has been a tough week. But, there's been plenty of good in the week. The main highlight point, it comes on Saturday. Well, in fact, that was probably the lowest point of the week for me. Friday, I found myself reading from the Bible outside the post office. So, yeah, anyway, so we'll get to that. So, Thursday, if you saw last Wednesday Waffle, right at the end, I was pretty exhausted last week. I filmed last week's Wednesday Waffle from a service station by Evening Bailey's. I filmed it from a service station, the BP garage, by Stansted Airport. I was pretty bloody low then, but I thought I was going to Hereford to HR4K the next day, and I've got my days totally mixed up, and it was actually Friday that I was meant to be going. So my lord above, let me just turn that round for a minute. Look at that, Samuel L. Jackson style. So Thursday was a day in the house, catching up with everything, because Wednesday I spent the whole day on the road. Oh God, I was knackered. I just basically spent the day sat right here on my laptop, catching up with emails, catching up with messages. Yeah, tough. Over on TikTok, ask any questions you want throughout and I will answer them as best as I can. You can manage AI summaries. Wow. So then Friday, I went to HR4K. So me, Jack Wiles of RB Club, and Ben Garwood that runs HR4K had arranged to meet, and then also PJ from Gibraltar Trading Company came along and joined us, and we just basically had a bit of a bit of a round table, if you will, a bit of a natter. We're all in very similar industries, all facing very similar issues. Sapphire Deluxe. No, they're a boot polish brand. It's kind of a bit off-brand for me. I think Mr. Bullenshine partners with them, Max. So yeah. And so we had a good natter, and I think a bit of information I told them. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Max, as well. Roger's absolutely the best boot polish brand. I told them a bit of information that Jack Wiles is acting upon, and it is going to save him bloody hundreds and hundreds of pounds, and hopefully in the future thousands of pounds, to his continued success, as the Mr. James Sinclair would say. So yeah, and then I hightailed it up to Birmingham. You know what, Little Ears? Yeah. Pass me this. Oh, I'll grab it. I'm gonna get. I'm thinking about revealing the secret project.
I don't think you should yet.
You don't think I should? No. Right. Well, she said it. So yeah. So went. Hey, Jacko. Cheers, brother. I certainly intend to. I'm on resettlement leave, Max, so still in the military, but on the transition period out of the military currently. So legally still a soldier, but just I'm actually handing all my kit in next week, so I'm looking forward to doing that. Excuse me. Craig Middlemiss, blast from the past, good day. So yeah, handing me kit in on Tuesday. So I went to Birmingham to pick up the first proper sample of the secret project, and my God am I pleased. 2 changes, a length of something and a height of something else. Coldstream Guards, the finest regiment, hence the logo, Max. And so yeah, 2 changes need to be made, and that is ready to go, baby. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting indeed. So yeah. And then on the way back from Birmingham, when I thought my week couldn't get more stressful with solicitors, driving round, funding things, I got about 30 miles away from home. Do you work for Deliveroo? Jimmy Blair said hi, yay. Tommy, I used to, and the reason I run in my Deliveroo top is because on my first business, which was the lock harness, I invented a casualty evacuation stretcher, had it patented, and while I found out some harsh realities of business within that sector, but I dug myself into a 30 grand hole. Good day, mate. How you bloody doing? The Gib Iron. Rod Holland says hi too. Who are you with? Are you transferred to QCS? No, I'm not. But yeah, so I dug myself out of that 30 grand hole while I was working at Knightsbridge. And there's a bit of context there. It's a 12-day working week. So you work 12 days straight, then you have a weekend off. So it's every other weekend working. Start at 6 in the morning, and would typically work through till about 4-ish, and then I would go upstairs to my flat, have a nap for 45 minutes or so, wake up, go out working till 11 o'clock at night, where I would pick up my Too Good To Go bag, a sushi place, and then I would go back, go to sleep, wake up at 4:30, have my cold shower, have my double espresso, stretch, and then go to work at 6. And I did that for quite a while, to make 30 grand on top of my wage to pay myself out of my debt. So Deliveroo is what I used, and this just a bit of a representation. If I can get myself out of that, then I can get myself out of anything. Well done, mate. That's class on you. Cheers, Tommy. bloody lock harness stretcher Max Rogers. If you go on YouTube and type in lock harness, you can see all the videos when I did a Casevac from the top of a tower block to the bottom with a respirator on, one when I did one to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, and one when I did a Casevac up the penny fan on my 30th birthday with Ruth on my back. So yeah, I mean, that's still bubbling along. But yeah, so the Deliveroo is a representation to me that if I can get myself out of that hole, I can do anything I bloody well please. And the only person that can stop me is this up here. So that's the Deliveroo top. So yeah, so driving back, the van went absolutely kaput. And I thought, you know, flip lock stretcher, lock harness. LOCKHARNESS. Search it on YouTube. You message me privately, Max. But yeah, they're. I mean, I've got about 100 of them left over. But yeah, look at that. It's basically an adult baby carrier. So yeah, and then Saturday, if you're in Windsor on the Dedworth Road on Saturday morning, you were stuck in a traffic jam, strangely. I can only apologise. That was me holding up the traffic while the van got put onto a low loader. Ruth was there as well. First time for her managing traffic. She did a fantastic job, if I don't mind saying so myself. And as they say, no publicity is bad publicity, is it? So yeah. Sorry about that, but life happens. Yeah, and then I basically spent the whole weekend worrying, because I've been told, look, if it's from the diagnosis that I sort of told people that had happened, it dumped all the diesel out of it when I stopped, wouldn't turn on, and had lost power for the last 30 miles. I was told, right, that's either going to be you know, a full engine rebuild or just a couple £100. Thankfully, it was just a couple of £100, and I found that out on Tuesday. So that was quite a few days of worrying about that. Sunday, because you know, and it's something my mum said, maybe God sent you the breakdown to give you a break. She'd said to me quite a lot recently, you know, I'm worried about you driving around all the time, you're not really, you're bloody doing so much. And yeah, maybe she was right. It was a much needed rest. In all weekend with Little Ears, which is the first first time we got to relax together for quite a while, so that was really nice. We watched the F1 on Sunday morning. Old Kimi Antonelli, what a legend. You know, and I should be cheering on for George Russell being the British driver, but he is such a bloody... But yeah, Kimi Antonelli smashed it, and it is going to be an exciting season. So why does this hat look so different? So a normal 8-panel hat, that the middle part of the stretch bit is in the middle of the peak, and I've done half of them where the peak meets here, and then the other half the peak will meet in the middle. So yeah. And then Sunday we met with Mike Crawley Photography, and we did a shoot. You'll be seeing some images. A lot of the images on the website have changed now. The banner image, all stuff like that has all changed. And then we've started to make some media out of it, which you'll see. One of the videos went up this evening. Now then, Matt, mate. And yeah, so that's that. And then Monday, the dreaded Monday, the new week, the new opportunity, the day when we can start afresh. I did my usual Monday admin. Let's not even talk about it. If you've been here enough times, you know exactly what I get up to on a Monday. But I basically spent the whole day chasing solicitors, you know, trying my hardest to bite my tongue. Yeah, I also... Ruth took all the pictures down. I then went around pulling all the nails out, filling the holes, sanding it all down, everything like that. Yeah, we're starting the preparations to move to Birmingham, and I can't bloody wait. It won't be next week. Maybe the week after is Wednesday Waffle. We will be sat in the office in Birmingham, which I'm quite looking forward to. Yeah, and then that brings us on to Tuesday. Look at the inside of that hat. Wowza, Rooney. That's the without the top stitch. Bloody lovely, aren't they? And then this is with the top stitch. There's a couple of these. Well, in fact, they're all listed on the website. We've got sizes 57 to 58 in this and the Henry. Oh, it's such a bloody hell of a flipping hat. Oi, oi, oi. And then that brings us to Tuesday, which was yesterday, obviously, with it being the Wednesday Waffle. Yeah, I went and collected the van, finally, got charged 250 quid rather than a whole bloody engine rebuild, which I'm pretty pleased about, to be honest. Yeah, I spent the whole weekend worrying about that. So that's that. Yeah, brilliant, Max. Have a little look at that, that'll keep you entertained. And yeah, and then that pretty much brings us to today. Out running. Again on the phone all day, got some orders delivered, spoke to my packaging manufacturer and about the new boxes and stuff that we're getting done, and then the new wrapping paper that we're getting. So we're getting like brown parcel paper, everything's going to be wrapped in with little guardsmen on there, and they look bloody sensational, like incredible. I'm so excited about that. Yeah, and that in a nutshell is my week in Lockwood Smocks. You can now put a £1 deposit down for the Brecon Smocks in September, because again everything is always small batch and they sold out like bloody hotcakes. Will you do TRF patches? I won't sell the patches themselves, but the Brecon Smocks will come with MTP Velcro on them. So yeah. And then the most popular product we've ever released to date is the Knightsbridge quarter zip for inside hats. So that's what the inside of the hat looks like. It's the Lockwood branded Union Jack lining with the Harris Tweed authenticity label in there. Yeah. So yeah, and then so as I was saying, the Knightsbridge quarter zips, I'm getting them next week. You can put a £10 deposit on, and they'll be posting out late next week. So yeah, so that's everything in Lockwood Premium British Smocks this week. Thank you for following along. Thank you for all the comments, messages, everything. It means the bloody world. It's tough times at the moment, so it's good to see people supporting British manufactured. But it's again, you know, the upfront cost is high, but then you're getting pieces that are going to last you a bloody lifetime. So you know, you think of the lifetime cost of these items is a fraction of what you're paying for most of the other stuff. Look at that, it's a James Sinclair notebook. He actually wrote me a little note in the front of it. I'm just going to read that out for you. Go smash it, get that money, thank you for your service, love the story and journey you are on. And so in the back of here I've got my 2026 goals, and well on the way for a lot of them. Yeah. Boom. Yeah, cool. Thank you all. Good night. God bless. And as always, God save the King. Boom. YouTube, if you stuck along, Matt, it was nice to... somebody gave me... large duration, 38%. Matt, love the shout out on the podcast the other day. What was this morning? Was yesterday? It would have been, wouldn't it? And Matt, a little message to you. I've been checking your data on Strava. I'm coming for you, baby. I think one of my goals this month is to do a run where I do half of your last month's run time. So I'm going to do 2 of them as well. You said you're competitive. Let's see what you got. God bless. God save the King.